The next area we're going to go into is multiplying binomials, and we're going to multiply binomials to each other. Okay, so notice here how each of the two parentheses have two terms in them. So those are called binomials because they have two terms. Alright, now there's two main methods that you can do to multiply binomials. The first of which is the FOIL method. Okay, oops, sorry. So FOIL, F-O-I-L. And what that means is this. So the F stands for first, and that means the first two together. Okay, like that. The O stands for the outer. Okay, and so that's the two that are on the outsides. Okay, the first one and the last one. The I stands for the inner. Okay, which is the 4 and the X. And the L stands for the last in each parenthesis. Okay, and really what you're doing is you're double distributing is what you're doing. You're distributing the first one to both, and then you distribute the second one to both. Okay, and that's how FOIL came up. First goes to both, then the middle one goes to both. All right, so if you follow these terms, we're going to do x times x first. That's the first. So you get x times x is x squared. And then you do x times the positive 5, and that's going to give you plus 5x. Now we're going to do the inner. So the 4 times the x, that'll give you plus 4x. And finally, we'll do the last in each parenthesis. Positive 4 times positive 5 gives you positive 20. Alright, now, we're not quite done, okay, because we can combine like terms right there. So we have x squared and then plus 5x and plus 4x. That gives you positive 9x and then plus 20. That's it. Okay, so that's your FOIL method. Pretty simple, right? We're just distributing twice. Okay, now the other method is called a Punnett square. It's very, very helpful. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. It's very, very helpful for those of you who have a hard time kind of seeing what to do. And so what you do is you draw a little square, and what you do is you put 1 on the top. So I'm going to do x plus 4 on the top, and you put the other on the bottom. Okay, and then it kind of looks like a multiplication table, right? Okay, you multiply the side times the top, and you get the answer when you put it in the box, okay, wherever they match up. So what you do for this one, x times x is x squared. Okay, then x times 4 is going to give you 4x. And then you go 5 times x will give you 5x. And 5 times 4 will give you 20. And then what you do is you combine like terms, just like before. So I have a positive x squared over here. And then I have the 5x and the 4x, those are alike, so those become plus 9x. And then I'm left with my plus 20. Okay, so it's the same thing, it's just showing it a different way. You're doing the exact same thing. Okay, just helps you to kind of go back to your multiplication tables and remember back to that stuff. So two methods to multiply binomials. The FOIL method, do the first, then you do the outer, then you do the inner, then you do the last, or you could do the Punnett square. You can do either one you want. I just know eventually you're probably not going to want to be drawing boxes on all your papers and stuff like that. But sometimes it comes in pretty handy, especially when they get pretty big. Go ahead and pause. Actually, there's some examples. I'm sorry. Alright, so a bunch of examples that are already done for you. Okay, I'm just going to do the FOIL method on all these. But feel free to go ahead and give the Punnett square a try if you'd like it right next to them. So we're going to do first is x times x, which is x squared. Then we're going to do the outer, x times negative 6 is negative 6x. Positive 6 times x is plus 6x. And then 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. Now combine like terms and you get negative 6 and positive 6. Makes those go away. They cancel each other out, right? So you end up with x squared minus 36. Now I'm going to tell you later on, where the next video is called special cases, and this is actually a special case. It's called a difference of two squares. Okay, so that's what this thing is here, and we'll talk more about those in the next lesson. But if you ever see like the same exact thing, it looks like the same thing in both parentheses, but one's positive and one's negative. There's some simple tricks to it, and maybe you could just kind of figure it out on your own, but it's pretty simple. All right, let's look at the one on the right now. So we got x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. 3 times x is positive 3x. And 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now we combine like terms, and you got x squared plus x minus 6. Okay, hopefully this is kind of making some sense to you. It should look pretty familiar. I mean, you already know how to distribute, so you should be able to move pretty quick. All right, next one. Oh, look at this. Another difference of two squares, right? It looks the same as the other one. This one has a positive, this one has a negative. Okay, so here's the shortcut. You multiply the first two together. Okay, x cubed times x cubed, you get x to the 6th. Actually, I'm going to wait till the next video to show you the shortcut. We'll just finish this up. So we got negative 5x cubed, positive 5x cubed, and negative 25. Okay, there we go. Sorry. So those combine together, the middle crosses out, you get x to the 6th minus 25. Okay, hopefully you got that. And I'm going to go back to white. So 4x squared times 3x squared, that's 12x to the 4th power. Okay, distribute there. 4x squared times negative 2, negative 8x squared. 5 times 3x squared plus 15x squared. Hopefully I don't run out of room. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Alright, combine like terms. We got 2's and 2's, x to the squared, x squareds. We got 12x to the 4th. Negative 8 and positive 15 will leave us with plus 7x squared and minus 10. And we are now done with that one. Alright, one more issue. We're going to do this example, and then I will let you do some try these. Alright, so getting a little harder here. We got variables on both sides. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then m squared and m will give you m to the 3rd power. 4 squared and negative 4n, so that's going to give you negative 16 m squared n. Then we do the 5mn times 2m. It's going to give us positive 10, 2 m's there, so it's m squared and an n. And 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Draw that arrow over there. Negative 20, and then we have 1m, and we have 2 n's. So n squared. Now, let's look and see, do we have any common terms? Oh, look at we do. We have the negative 16m squared n and the positive 10. So we'll do 8m cubed minus 6m squared n minus 20 mn. Okay. Alright, so the next are all the try these, so go ahead and try them. Alright, 3 try these. They're actually much simpler than the last one we just did, but they're all the same thing, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so you're going to take your x and you're going to FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. Distribute your 3. You got positive 3x and plus 12. Our like terms, we got x squared plus 7x plus 12. That's it. I feel like doing red now. So, x times x times negative 5. I'm going to do all my arrows at the beginning. X times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x squared. Sorry, negative 5x. Sorry about that. Plus 3x minus 15. Combine the like terms, and you get x squared minus 2x minus 15. And last but not least, 2x times x, 2x times 4, 1 times x, 1 times 4. So 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times 4 plus 8x. 1 times x plus x. That's a bad x. 1 times 4, 4. Combine like terms, 2x squared plus 9x plus 4. That's it. You know now how to multiply binomials. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Talk to you later.